J.W. Cortez, MTA police officer. Good having you, J.W. I'm curious, the terror charges being filed in this federal court today, unusual, but what do you think of how that holds out if this ultimately goes to trial?
I think it's the right call. I think this is something that a lot of us in the profession were hoping to see. And so I think what it also does is it sets a very clear message, and it says that if you're also thinking about doing this, you won't be charged on a local level. We're going to go ahead and bring federal charges against you and hold your feet to the fire. We're going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. So I think this was the absolutely right call to make.
You know, as people have been reporting, J.W., you know, a lot of his rantings on social media, YouTube, go on into the dozens and into the dozens of hours at that. Yet no one flagged it, and obviously that raises concerns. Whose responsibility is it to flag it? I mean, the police can't be everywhere, law enforcement officials can't be everywhere, but don't the social media giants then have a role here to at least monitor content like that?
Absolutely, and I will tell you that I am the president of the Detective Rafael Ramos Foundation. And just to remind your viewers, Ramos and Lou were the two New York City cops who were executed on December 20th, 2014. Before that individual carried out that very public execution, he posted about it on social media. He said, and I quote, "I'm going to put pigs on a blanket." And then he carried out what was, you know, a direct blow to not only us here in law enforcement, but throughout the entire United States. A few months after that, President Barack Obama at the time signed into law what was supposed to be the very thing that we're discussing now. And for whatever reason, it died on some hill somewhere, and here we are. Had that been fully enacted, I believe it could have possibly thwarted this attack. So you're absolutely right. Someone has to be held accountable.
You know, I've asked this of other law enforcement authorities and those who just have a good eye trying to stay ahead of trouble. And so if you don't mind, if I get your advice on this, JW, a lot of people want to know, and a lot of people are scared about taking a subway, their particular vulnerability once those subway car doors close. Help us to learn what we should be doing, what we should be paying attention to. Because a lot of people are saying, the hell with it, I'm not risking it at all.
Well, I think that would be a huge mistake. Number one, we never want to give these people a sense of accomplishment. As much as, you know, our natural instinct may be to avoid the thing, I think it would be a huge step in the wrong direction. I think we still continue to show up, but what we do is we lean on our subject matter experts, the ones who do this for a living. You know, I'm a full-time trainer, and the advice that I'm going to give you right now, I give to the cops that I train. Listen to your spidey senses. Look up from your cell phones. Pay attention. Look left and right. Keep your back against the wall. And if you feel like, you know what, this individual's acting a little bit funny, take a step back, find the right individual, keep together with other people who maybe are thinking and feeling the same exact thing, avoid the situation, avoid the confrontation, and step back and then call the right people to intervene. But, you know, I think what we're seeing now more and more, and we saw it just a few days ago, where people are no longer subscribing to the "I'm going to mind my own business" attitude. They jumped into action. They applied these makeshift tourniquets. So we need to see more of that. And I think the more and more professionals are speaking out about what they can do, we'll see people listen up and take the appropriate action.
Wise advice, J.W. Thank you very much, J.W. Cortez, the MTA police officer here.